Alright, so hey guys, I just wanted to record this quick video, and basically I was actually going to do this for myself, like find out where should I buy the coins in this correction right now, because it's not a dip, it's a correction. So I thought, why not, I'll share my whole process with you and you can probably see how I do. So first of all, let me quickly show you something. um, this is called crypto fear and greed index. So right now the market is tanking. If I go to the market here, let's see, BTC is at 43,000 right now, and it had gone as low as 42,196, and I believe if it breaks 42,000 it will go to 38,000. Okay, so um, if you see, fear and greed index right now is at 27. Yesterday it was 20. Okay, so basically the market is fearful right now in buying, and last week the market was greedy in buying. So Warren Buffett says that you should buy when there is blood in the streets. You should buy when people are scared, people are having that fear of buying, and you should sell when everyone is talking about the greed. Okay, that is basically what you should do. So this is what I personally feel as well, and let me show you in terms of the data. Okay, so for example, this is from 18th April, like till 17th May, 1 month. Okay, so let's see. On 26th April, the fear and greed index had went to 27, and then it went all the way back up to 68. Okay, so if on 26th April you see the price of Bitcoin, let's actually go to the daily and let's see what was the price of Bitcoin. It was somewhere here. Okay, 46,000. That is where it was on 26th April, and then we are talking about 1st May or 4th May. Okay, so from here, 26th, we went to, this is 1st and this is 4th. So almost the same level, but we went from there to close to 57, 58K. Okay, so in terms of up, that's 20-25% up. So even if you had bought that day, you would be 20-25% up. Okay, then it went down again, it went up, it went down, up, down, down, down. That's how it is. Yesterday's was 20. Okay, so if I go for 3 months, you can see on 22nd Feb it was 94, then boom, came all the way to 38. So if we go on 24th Feb, let's see here, where is 24th Feb? So 24th Feb, the price actually came to 46,000. Okay, sorry, 24th Feb is this. So the price, yeah, actually came to 46,000, and then we are talking about um, 1st of March. So from 46,000 on 1st of March. Okay, am I seeing something wrong? Mm, yeah, 1st of March, you can see the price was 49, and then again on 4th of March, let's see, this is 4th, 52. That's where the big goes, and then we went to do 64 sometime later. So historically, every time the market has dipped, it has also got up. That is how it works. So you can take a good look with the fear and greed index. If you go for 1 year, this is how it was. Like last year, the fear and greed was 30, 40, and it keeps oscillating. Okay, it keeps oscillating. So this is a good thing. Now, as for coming on, what is my strategy usually when the market is so beaten down? What I like to look at is which are the coins that have suffered the most in this dip. So, for example, I'll go to Fiat USDT, since most of the people trade in USDT, and I'll see which one of these are the ones that I'm currently holding. Okay, so let me see. I have a little bit of dot. So let's come to dot. Let me show you how now I would search for dot. Let's go for dot. Now you have to understand something that most, like in most markets, there are people for every kind of uh, trade. There are people who want to do short term trading, there are people who want to do long term trading. So when you are taking a look at the market, you have to ask yourself, are you buying for the short term or are you buying for the long term? Okay, because that will help you understand where exactly you are and where exactly you want to go. So for example, I don't do daily trading, but people who do daily trading, they probably look at like 1 hour, 4 hour charts. Okay, I'm more of a swing long term kind, mid to long term kind of an investor. So I usually like to take a look at the daily and the weekly chart, because these are called the, like, weekly and monthly charts are the higher time frames, daily is the medium time frame, and this basically helps us in understanding how things are. Now the first thing that I want to show to you here is what we call as a trend line. I won't complex this, like I won't complicate this. Basically, trend line is, like, as you can see that this price is going up, up, up. Like we can just put a line here and we can say, oh, the price of dot should not come below $33. If the price of dot comes below $33, then dot has broken the upward trend. Okay, so the good and the bad thing about technical analysis is that you can use it for any of the narratives you have. You want to show that this is having bearish signs, you can do that. You want to show this is having a good time buy opportunity, you can do that. Okay. Robert Kiyosaki once said that the difference between average investors versus great investors is that average investors keep on investing, thinking of getting money in return, while great investors keep on investing, thinking about how they're going to become better investors. So you have to understand that for every person who is investing into the market, they need to have a strategy. You need to have a strategy. So for example, this is one thing that I just showed you. The trend line simply means that you can see where the price started going up and you can make a line to, like, this is a slanting line. And then you can see if the price falls below this, then the upward trend is broken. Similarly, if the price falls below that, then the downward trend is broken, like the opposite line. Okay, so what is it that I'm going to take a look now? So now we are going to take a look at what we call as support and resistance. It's a very simple term. So you have to understand that support and resistance are simply two factors that I personally use. Okay. So if you see this graph, you can see that there are certain points which have been touched by the graph again and again. Okay. So for example, you can see this, if I plot a line here, okay, or if I take it down a little bit here, this line has been touched so many times, one, two, three, then almost another 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, then 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So basically 35 times. So this is a pretty strong support or resistance for dot. Right now, since we are talking about buying, so this now is becoming, like, earlier this was support, $40 was the support for people who were looking to see the price going upwards, meaning 48. So if you had bought at this support here, you were probably looking to go somewhere up, and it went all the way up to 48, 49. Now the next support level is somewhere, like, the way I see it, and I can be totally wrong, like this is how I do it. And like I said, I'm already an average technical analyst, but I'm great at understanding the market sentiment and how things look. So if you see, this is the other line that we have touched multiple times. Okay, like you can see all of these wicks. So this is where I'm probably gonna start placing my buy orders for dot. Okay, now some people can come in and say, hey, that we also have this one line that you can see right at 34. So you can put, like I said, technical analysis can fit any narrative. Okay, so you can put one at 34, totally works. You can just move this a little bit, and um, let me see. Yep, perfect, 33.7. So now what I will do is I will start seeing where to place my buy orders. Okay, now one thing I know is that this has already broken this support level, like dot has already broken the support level of 40. So the next logical target for dot should be somewhere around 34, considering 34 is also a support. Okay, so what I will do is I will place a buy order. Let me write it here. So I will, hmm, okay, I'll place a, like my order number one will be at, it's 33.73, right? So it will be at 34 point, where was the wick earlier? The wick was 35. Yeah, so it can be at 35. Then my second would be at 33.7. Then my third would be somewhere around 31, 32, and then this is going to be around 29.2. Okay, so this is how I'm actually looking at for the buying levels. So I'll probably buy 10 to 15% here. I'll buy 10 to 15% here. I'll buy 20% here. I'll buy 20% here. And then I will keep sting bits at 25 for another 20% in case it goes lower. Okay, it can be 25, it can be, I can again spread it between 27, like 10%, 25, 10%. So this is how I'm averaging down my cost as well. Okay, so this is how uh, this is how I personally place my buy orders. You can do the same if you want to. Okay, now taking a look at the weekly. So if we take a look at the weekly is, like I said, for higher time frames. So you can see the support changes a little bit on the weekly. This actually becomes the line of support on the weekly. And the bad thing and the good thing about dot is that, and their like bad thing and good thing about dot is that we have broken the weekly support. So most likely dot is going to come to this level of 33 and then 28. Okay, in fact you can also say that this is another line for 27. So if I go to the monthly, you can see this is becoming a perfect support for 33. Then this is a perfect support. We don't count wicks usually. So this was 38 was the perfect resistance. Resistance means like a ceiling, support means like a floor. Okay, so if you are standing at the floor and you are looking up the sky, that is what it means. If you are standing at 33 and you want the price to go up, you are going to go to, like, you want the price to go to 38. But you also have to understand that somebody's resistance is somebody's support and somebody's support is somebody's resistance, which means someone can be standing at resistance right here. Okay, and this might be support for him, he might be shorting it. Okay, he might be a bear, he might be shorting it. So that's what you need to understand. And if you see the trend line, it does not suit my narrative here, so I'll have to adjust this from here and all the way until here. That is why I said that technical analysis is tricky. You'll contradict yourself a lot when it comes to technical analysis, but I hope it makes sense on how you buy. And if you also see the volume, this is the average monthly volume. So right now, the volume in dot is almost setting the average monthly volume. Like these are the volume graphs, okay, volume bars. And if you take a look at the RSI, which is relative strength indicator, I don't know why RSI is not showing on the monthly. Okay, yeah. So basically, RSI, the higher it is, the more it means that the coin is going to go bullish. Okay, the best buying opportunities is when RSI hits in the, like, 60 to 40 zone. Okay. uh, Anything if the RSI is going below 40, it shows signs of weakness. It means that the price can even go another 30-40% down. If the RSI is going above 50%, it can mean, or 60%, if RSI is going above 60-65, it means it's showing signs of strength, and you can start buying it. So for example, if you can see the RSI here, let me expand this. The RSI here had went all the way to 55 on 7th of December, and then it went to 77, it dipped, and then finally it went to 90 on 15th of Feb, and since then it has been dipping. Okay, then it went back to 65 again. So if I have to show this to you in terms of graph, see the price of dot here was $4-5. Okay, this was at peak. This is where the price went to 42, which means if someone had purchased it here on 21st of December and sold on 15th of Feb, which is mota mota 2 months, so they would have got 8x return on investment. Okay. Similarly, on 19th of April, on the weekly, uh, let's say we take the average price of 33, and then here the price went all the way upwards to 49. So that is almost a what 50% gain, 50% profit, and this had not even hit an RSI, earlier RSI of 90. This was only at 67. Okay, so as you can see, RSI is dropping alone. Again, I would start purchasing when uh, like it starts hitting my levels, and then again I know that RSI is just one of the indicators. I'm using all of these to make my decision. It's not me taking my decision on just one of indicator, it's me taking my decision on a lot of indicators. Okay, so another chart that I want to look right now is LTC, because a lot of you said LTC. Okay, so in LTC, let's start the opposite. Let's start with the weekly, um, because I want you guys to see the opposite picture as well. If you see the volume on LTC is here, like it's huge. Okay, it has got huge in the last few months. This is 25th December 17. Okay, now in this graph you can see this was the earlier high of 366. This was the wick of that high, like this was the body of that candle. Okay, at 312, and this is this is that line. Then we had one line here. Also, one thing you have to understand is that on weekly we don't want as many number of times as um, the lines are touching the support or a resistance level, because we are talking about weekly. Okay, so on daily, if you remember, I had shown how 30 or 35 times one line, like the price was touching the support line. On weekly we just want one or two occasions, or three or four occasions, because we are talking about higher time frame. So you can see this was the line here, and if I have to take the next one, I would say this can be one for a lot of people, but I would feel more comfortable in seeing it somewhere around here. Okay, so if I have to put my LTC orders right now, seeing um, seeing this entire graph, what I will do is I would put my um, okay, I would put my orders right now. It's at 277 and it wicked down to 265. So I'll put my first order on 265 of 10%. I'll put my second order around 247. Then I'll put my third order around 225. Then I put my fourth order around 19, actually 202, and I'll tell you why. Then I'll put my final order around um, 171, or let's say 175. Okay, so you also have to understand that each of these coins have a psychological resistance to them. So for example, what I mean by that is, when we take a look at all of these coins, the big round numbers are a huge psychological resistance. Okay, so for example, 150, 200, 250, 300 for LTC are huge resistance psychologically, because the numbers are going to change from, it's easy to say 185 as a price, and then seeing it going to 205 is difficult, because now the price has moved a couple of hundreds. That's how our mind thinks. Same for Ethereum or Bitcoin. Okay, so if you see here, from here until here, which was uh, 200, it took it couple of times and it went by, and this is where the price struggled a lot because of the psychological big resistance. So anytime I know that there is a big round number somewhere around my buying level, I'll just place my buy slightly above that. So here the big round number was 200 and I'm placing it at 202, because the bulls will fight to keep this 200 level. They know the impact of the psychological resistance. They know if price goes below 200, people will lose confidence. Okay, so that is what people are gonna feel. Now you can change it to monthly. You can see on the monthly, the like price is almost there, like support is almost there, it's at 274. This becomes invalidated on the monthly. The next line of support on the monthly looks somewhere here at 200, which is like just the psychological resistance I was talking about. And finally this one comes slightly less, around 167. Okay, and I was talking about 175. So this you can see, and you can see the trend line. So again, it completely fits my narrative that we are still in an upward trend, and like I say, it fits my narrative. Tomorrow my narrative can change, so don't make any buying decision based on what I'm sharing here. Okay, technically the trend line should start from here on the monthly. So this is what I mean. Now let's take a look at, and since I don't do a lot of 4 hour trading or 1 hour trading, I'm not taking a look at the smaller time frame, anything less than a day, because I don't do that. Okay, so Neo, this is the highest the price has ever gone. Okay, this you can see is a very nice example of support, and we have one here right now. The price is just touching this 83. Okay, so if I have to place my orders for Neo, I'll probably go for 83 at 10%. Then I will go for somewhere in the middle, like let's say 67 at 10%. Then around 55 at 15%. Then 45, 15%. And finally, you can see this is the another important level for Neo, 29. So I'll go for 35 at 20%. If you want, you can put 10% at 40, 10% at 35. Totally up to you. This is how just I like to do it. It's totally your call. Someday I might feel like spreading at 40 and 35, and since you are watching this video, you won't know. So I'm just telling you beforehand. Okay. So this is how it looks on the monthly. If we take a look at the weekly, okay, on the weekly the chart still looks good. We just have to move these levels a little bit. So this is the highest the price has ever been. Okay, and I would actually say this is this is the next resistance now. Like if you are buying this at 83, 118 is going to be your next resistance. So if I'm buying at 83, For trading, I would like to get out somewhere around 100, and like I would start getting out at 108, 109. Okay, and this becomes somewhere here 54, so almost the same level, 55. So now you can go and you can take a look at the daily as well. See, almost the same level on the daily. You can up this, you can down this. I'll keep this the same. Again, you can see we have almost broken through the daily resistance, daily support, sorry. RSI is pretty down for Neo, pretty down, 43. So probably good time to buy. I don't know. I'm just talking about things as I'm seeing them. Your decision, not financial advice. Um, come to it. Wit has skyrocketed. Like Wit was one point that I had gotten. I got impatient. I sold it off somewhere around here because it was not moving. And then see what it has done. So the biggest line I see is here for Wit. The next one is here, and then this was the top for Wit. Okay. So if I have to place my orders for Wit based on monthly, right now it's at 0.15. Next support I see is at 0.09. So I'll place at 0.14 at 10%, then 0.11 10%, 0.95 15%. In case it dips below 0.75 will be my next. And this is the last one, 0.2. So somewhere between, let's say 0.6, I'll put in another 15. 0.45, I'll put in another 15. Okay, so this is how I'll take a look at it. Now sometimes it's going to happen that the price is not going to hit 0.6 and 0.5, and you'll still left, like if you have thought of buying the dip with $100, you are still going to be left with $30, and you're going to say, oh Srijan, we are left with $30. Oh, like why did not I buy the dip with 30? Totally your choice. I always prefer to keep some fiat in case it goes lower so I can average it down again. I don't average on every 5 or 10%, I average on minimum of 15 to 20%. Okay. So if you want, you can enter, let's say on a safer side, you can enter at 11 cents at 50% and uh, $0.95 at, let's say, 30%, 0.75 at 20%. Totally your choice. I'm just showing you how I do stuff. So just model it, use it for your style, your like your structure of trading. Okay. Um, Here you can see this was a nice line that we broke. Okay, and this was another one. So definitely coming. I see definitely coming this price somewhere around 0.95 if we are still giving with the downward movement. Okay, so when we started, BTC was what at 43,116. If I go and see right now, 43,071. I still believe we will go to 42k, and if we go to 42, 38k will be there. So yep, that's about it. Um, let's take a look at ADA. This was the top for ADA on the weekly. This is the line I'm seeing. So ADA has a long way to go. Even if I put in a line here in the weekly, and if you can see, there are a lot, a lot, a lot of support here at 1. I don't see ADA going below 1.1 in any case. Even if BTC crashes to 38, it's very difficult ADA goes below 1.1. Okay, of course it's possible. I'm saying it's, I see it happening as like less probable uh, outcome. Okay, so ADA right now is at 2.1. If I have to place orders for ADA, I would place my first order around 1 point. You can start with 2.05 as well if you want. For that psychological resistance, I'll start with 2.05 to be on a conservative side, then 1.9, then somewhere around 1.8. You can skip 1.9, you can directly go to 1.8, totally your call. Then I'll place somewhere around 1.55. Again, you can do 1.6 as well. I'll actually do 20 because there is a strong support there. So this is how ADA looks like to me. This is how I'm gonna buy ADA on the monthly. Um, yep, on the monthly we just need to adjust this line a little bit. 1.31 is still a good support. On the monthly, this does not hold. But if the correction lasts for a few weeks, then you have to be concerned about the monthly. If the correction is only going to be here for, let's say, 8, 10 days, 15 days, weekly is good. Okay, weekly is good. XLM, one coin that has made me a lot of money every single time. Um, Let me remove this. And now let's place this. So these are the levels I see right now. It's at here. So if I have to place buy orders for XLM basis on the basis of the monthly, I would probably start buying at 60 cents. Then I'll actually go for 0.52 because of that big round number. Then 0.42, then 0.32. This is where I'll go 20% because there is huge support here. And you can change the percentage um, on the weekly. Where did my box go? Here it is. You can see this line is still setting it perfectly. So I don't see this support being broken on the weekly. In fact, the RSI is still good on XLM. However, on the weekly, 0.64 is the level. If this breaks, we will go somewhere around like here, 0.51, 0.52, which is perfectly where I said the earlier support is. And if that breaks, somewhere around 0.38. Okay, so this is again my perspective, my point of view. Watching the charts, it can be different for yours. Just take inspiration. Okay, so this is for XLM. Um, Matic was one coin that a lot of you said. So Matic right now, this is a beautiful level for Matic. This is the top. So if Matic has a free fall, like if Matic has a fall, it will be a free fall. So I'll probably put orders around, and this is on the weekly, mind you, not on the monthly. It's 1.59 right now. I'll put first one around 1.51, 10%. You can also buy the first one right now, totally your call. Then 1 point, um, somewhere around 35. So this is how I would buy Matic. Like my orders will be here. And I also understand in a lot of these cases not every order is going to get filled, but I'm okay with it because I'm buying the dip and I'm trying to average down my cost. So I hope you guys had a good idea understanding how to do these things. And if you have any questions, let me know. And this is, yeah, how you can do the things. Okay, like you can take it for any coin, you can do it for yourself. You can let me know your analysis, you can create a video like this, share in the group, I'll share my feedback on it. And yep, this is it guys, I'll see you in the next video. I hope you found some value out of it. Take care.